Okay, everybody, this is the last video in the series of workbook exercises for Chapter 7. And in this one, we're going to be wrapping up the workbook exercises AP5B. And we've got another bank reconciliation problem here. But in this one, we're actually going to see the bank statement and the ledger and have to kind of do our analysis to figure out what are the reconciling items, as opposed to it just kind of telling us in the other problems that we've seen in this chapter. So let's begin with just filling out our bank reconciliation. This is for October. Okay, we'll see cash balance per bank statement, cash balance per books, and then we'll say add on the book side, deduct, and then adjusted bank statement balance, and adjusted books balance. Okay, so let's begin by putting in our ending totals for both parts. We got 12,300 for the books, and on the bank statement we have 12,135. Okay, and let's take a look and see what we got here. So here we can see we had one check, and let's look at our bank statement first. So on the bank statement we can see we had these withdrawals, these deposits. On the ledger we see debits and credits, right? So 750 is a reduction, a credit, and it's a check withdrawal shown. So that one is on both sides. We don't have to, that's not a reconciling item, right? So 900 deposit is shown here, so that's good. That's not a reconciling item because it's on both sides there. ETF rent payment, so we had a withdrawal, and that, even though it's the same amount as check 403, this is check 403, so that EFT rent payment is not shown on our books, so we need to record that in. We'll say EFT rent payment for 750. And you could get a little tricked because all these amounts are so similar. So, but that's check 403 that's deducting from the books and not the rent payment. So this one's good. That's on both sides. It's not a reconciling item, but the rent payment was. Okay, check 88, which was a deposit. That's a deposit in transit then, because that's not shown on. Or is it not? Let me look at this. Let me make sure I'm thinking that I'm looking at this right. So check. I'm getting lost. Oh, check 200. Sorry, not deposit in transit. It was a credit, so it is an outstanding check. Check number 404 for $200. So that's just waiting to be processed by the bank, or taken to the bank by the person you sent the check to. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we've got the rent payment. Let's see what else is reconciling items here. Those are good. Those are all analyzed. So check 88 for $445 is, that was a deposit. So we don't see that on our side. So that would be per our books. And we're going to call that unrecorded check. This is kind of a weird one because usually you don't really see unrecorded checks, input. One weird thing too is look at the check numbers. So I think this one is an error, let's put it in as a bank error, and that would be a deduction because the bank added it to our balance, but it looks like it's a bank error check number 88, because it only has two. That doesn't look like our checks, right? Ours are 401, 220. Oh, it could have been a deposit. I guess it could be from someone else's. But what I did know, and as you look at this, it does tell us that check 88 is not from a customer and should not have been deposited into the company's bank account. How does this discovery change? The journal entries. So basically, it's an error on their side, and they do need to deduct it because they gave it to us, but it really shouldn't have. So this cash balance includes it, but it really shouldn't. Okay, and then we've got interest, revenue, and that's $50. And finally, a bank service charge for $110. Okay, now let's go through and see how we come out. So we have 12,135 minus 200 minus 445. 11,490 is what I get on that side, and then we got 12,300 plus 50 minus 750 minus 110. Sweet, 11,490. So, yep, we did our math right, and our bank reconciliation was looking good. And typically we would need to do the journal entries, and we'll just say, I don't, and you know, as I look at this, I don't think I printed out the specific part of this problem for you in your paper packet. So if you don't see this in your packet, then that's okay. But the bank error was included as a deduction from the bank statement balance. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't ask us to do journal entries on this one, but just it would be the same as we've been doing for a long time. Anywhere add, you debit cash, credit interest revenue, and then when we're doing deductions, we'd be crediting cash and debiting rent expense for this one, and then bank service charge expense for that portion. So yeah, so those problems are kind of fun. You get to actually see the components. It's kind of like a puzzle. Compare the two, see what's different, and make sure that you're booking in and reconciling those items accurately. So, all right, well, that takes us to the end of the series of workbook exercises and the videos for Chapter 7. Hopefully this was helpful for everyone, and thank you guys, and we'll see you and talk to you all soon. All right, take care.